How's it going, people? Thanks again for tuning into our video. This one is going to be the continuation of the UNN Whistleblower. Ben was kindly agreed to answer some questions from Team Bubba core members. So this is the audio interview part 2. This is where it starts to get juicy and we start to hear some of the things that's been going on within Life Force, which used to be a Life Force, and the UNN. Now, the question asked to Ben was, can you share what you know about Tank's departure from Kim's UNN and Life Force? Now we're going to play the response from Ben.
There was a lot of speculation about something being off with Tank, aka Stefan Rowe, amongst many people inside Life Force, which is now CARE, both of those headed by Kim. It was clear that inside the leadership there was friction, although on the broadcasts they always seemed civil. This was a massive departure from how it had been in the past. To hear Kim tell the story of how she met Tank, she saw all these people camping in their cars waiting for the RV to happen, and she just couldn't take it anymore. So she went to tell them that it was a sham, and that was where she met Tank. Ironic, isn't it? Here they were, compatriots, and discovering the truth and supporting one another. That kind of bonded camaraderie, as they presented it, was also compelling to people that followed Kim. I'm not sure where Tank lived originally when all this was getting sewn together, but it was not very proximate to Kim. Tank had a wife and I believe 2 children, which he would sometimes sit on his lap in the introductory time before the live Life Force Zoom calls, and he would point out how many people were on the screen and where they're from to his lovely young daughters, and extrapolate about how they were making a difference to all of them and they were making a difference together. He presented himself as a committed husband and father who wanted to make a better world for his children. Many people that followed Kim identified with and honored that. The next thing we know, he is going and staying with Kim for an extensive period of time, like 5 or 6 weeks from memory. And then there are rumors that his wife is divorcing him and he isn't allowed to see his children. I cannot confirm if Tank was involved romantically with Kim or with Lisa, but he certainly has pointed a lot of hateful attack at Lisa since his departure. And I imagine his wife may have suspected some kind of romantic entanglement with Kim when he went to spend 5 or 6 weeks with her, business partner and ground command, or not. Tank continues to spread Kim's message like it's the quote-unquote real news, but on his own platform so that he benefits financially, and I presume gives Kim nothing. That is one form of stealing. It was also quite well known throughout people in Life Force a bit more in the know that Tank stole over $100,000 US of UNN proceeds. The news that Tank stole money and was kicked out destabilized the organization in a lot of ways. How is it that Ground Command / Ambassador of Earth, who has a quantum computer, missed that she was being embezzled? True con crafter that she is, Kim came up with the line that she knew Tank was stealing, but she was giving him the benefit of the doubt and the opportunity to turn himself around. How magnanimous, how merciful, godlike. They really are all as bad as each other, and as has been pointed out in prior Team Bubba videos, when you look at someone who has a long-standing track record of known con artist associates, at some point, you become known by the company you keep. Or you should, unless you're absorbed in a cult mentality and blinded by its baseless claims.
Thanks again, Ben, for that information. It's really key considering what we know about Kim and Tank and how they got together and how they split up. Remember, this is information that was distributed within the ranks of Kim's world as in the UNN Life Force. So people asked, "Oh, did you meet Tank?" And of course, that's what everybody was told. Now there's loads of versions of that, which we'll cover in another video of Kim's associates with Tank, because there's a storyline to all of this, and some key information in there which proves that Kim knew very well that Tank was a crook, basically a crook, selling lies to make money, and she still brought him on the team. For the way that it was put in that video about how, in Ben's response to the answer, are the version we heard, and also have some proof on that, is that Kim didn't meet him in a car park with a load of RVs and things, like people camping in their cars. She was actually looking for someone who headhunting someone from the RV community. That's the Nazara Jazara, revaluation of currency scam that was going on from probably about 13 years. I would probably say it's been going on. But Tank was one of the big gurus in that, as we'll cover that in that video I just mentioned. But for the purpose of this video, we know that Kim was introduced to Tank because she was headhunting, like I said, a guru, and she come across Tank, and then went on to one of his, what they used to call intel. It was an intel call when people had to dial these premium numbers. Some of them was free calls as well, and Tank could be there splurring out all his rubbish about, we're going to get paid on Monday, go to Wells Fargo on Monday, and we're going to get exchange their Zimbabwean dollars, a dollar to one Zimbabwean dollar to the dollar, US dollar, which of course back then they had $1 trillion notes. So you can imagine that. And they were selling these on the internet. These, well, put it this way, if you bought a loaf of bread during that time from Zimbabwe, it cost you like $1 billion Zimbabwean dollars. That's the hyperinflation that there was, and they was basically scamming people for buying the currency. Like I said, that's another story. But yeah, she headhunted Tank, and Tank ended up pulling her into the RV stuff a little bit, and then he promised that we're going to get the money, we're going to get paid next week, the usual stuff. Even when he was introduced with Kim, he used to say that. Also, part of THI, there was a guy called Mark Lacasse, I think that's how you say his name, and he also said on THI that he introduced Tank. Well, he actually went on to the show and told Tank all this information. I think it was March 2018, I believe. Yeah, March 2018, and we've got a screenshot of that which we'll show you. That's what happened in 2018 as well. So this thing about the RV thing is a lot of old, lies. Anyway, going back to the video of what happened, especially around what Ben said, that about 100,000, Kim accused Tank of taking 100,000 US dollars from the UNN funding, and so there was that. And just to prove that it wasn't just hearsay, even Tank mentions it in one of his new videos, which he launched Life Force again on his own, with someone else called Melissa Pinto. She clearly must know what a scammer is, but she doesn't seem to care. They just want to make money. That's the end of the day. But he says in the video that he doesn't say that he was accused of stealing. He said that that he was funding this new project while he was in UNN. But anyway, having listened to this in a minute. Also, another thing to think about that we was told was that by another whistleblower is that there was a love triangle going on with Tank, Lisa Thomas, and another, which I don't recall that other person's name, but I believe it might have been one of those that are CEOs or at quite the same level as Lisa. It caused a massive impact to the team and effect, and Kim wasn't having any of it, and she got fed up, and basically he wasn't removed, but I think he was told that, you know, this is not ideal to bring in personal whatever goes on outside of UNN. And I think Kim was also a bit jealous. Maybe she had a spot for Tank. But yeah, so it's just confirming really what we already kind of knew about Tank, that he's a thief. Really, he takes money from people, and also he's took money from United Network News. And on top of that, remember, this is what we don't have hardcore proof, but Kim's accusing me of that. Like what Ben said, you know, why would you give him benefit of doubt and continue to have him on the team if that's what was going on? You know, you just let him continue taking money. You wouldn't, would you? You'd fire him. Any other place, you would fire them. You know, unless he's got something on, and he threatened to say, look, I'm just going to completely expose you myself if you don't, you know, if you say anything, or but she'll never call the cops. That's for sure. But so yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, all this information that's coming out from our whistleblower. But like I said, it does confirm a lot of the things that we already knew. Right, so let's have listen to this video from Tank, and then you can make up your own mind what you want to believe about this. But you've got to, you know, you've got to understand that, you know, these people are very good at, you know, they won't outright expose each other for being thieves, because, you know, it doesn't make them look good. I think they must have some kind of a code or whatever. You know, you don't rat on the other person or whatever. But anyway, thanks very much, everyone. Watch this video, and we'll bring out some new ones soon. So speak to you again soon. Take care, everyone. Now, bye-bye.
So that's, I thought I should add that in, because that's one part that I absolutely love about it.
So, you know, you know, this is a good place to come plug this in. There was some speculation, let's say, and rumors that were spread that I had secretly raised all this money on the side before I left United Network, which is not true. So we basically had to start from the ground up with virtually nothing. And I really want to thank the individual and the family that helped us week to week to get this off the ground, and really invested just a lot of time, energy, and money to help us make this possible. And they did it because they believe so much in this vision that Melissa and I have shared to bring out this Life Force Network. So I am very, very grateful for that. I can't express it enough, because we couldn't have done this without them, because we just didn't have any other way. Right.
That's correct. You know, and I love the fact that you brought that up, because I know that they don't want people to know, and it's really, you know, and I get it, but I really think it's really important for people to think that, wait, it wasn't done with the donations. This was done with hard workers behind the scene, and also, you know, someone coming in and actually working really hard getting this network done as well. So doing the financial aspect of it just so we could continue to do this. And then on top of that, you know, we've got people on our team that have been staying up late nights trying to get this done. So I'm really, you know, I'm thankful for them too. And we just wanted to make it very clear to everyone that this was done by our own hands. So I know you're going to look at it and think we hired people, we did this, thank you. But no, it was us that did it. So I think it's really important to get that off the bat, because a lot of people are going to be thinking that. And one, the rumor about you is just disgusting on so many levels. But, you know, that's for another time. But I'm glad that you brought that up.
You know, but it's